So today we're going to be working on putting together one of our jersey boxes. The nice thing is it doesn't matter if you have the football, baseball, softball, soccer, they all go together the same way. What's different is the silhouette of the jersey itself. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be assembling what goes in here and this part here as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be assembling what goes in here and this part here as well. The large box is done exactly the same way, but because it is larger, it's 3 panels on the inside here instead of 2. But the same idea, the same thing. So I'll just show you how on our baseball box, and you can see what it's going to take for any of our jersey boxes. It's a nice, pretty straightforward system we have here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start with the bottom of the box. I've already gone ahead and assembled our 2D portion of it. Just a couple of layers of paper. We're going to go ahead and set that aside because what we really need to do is work on these. Now, for both the small and the large jersey, there is a small little hole in one of these tabs, and that one will go here. And then because there's only 2 sides, we'll put this one in and then the next one. On the large jersey boxes, they're marked 1 and 2, so you can see which order to be putting them in. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to fold on all the lines, and then I'm going to fold these so they're out. This is the part that's going to be seen from the outside of the box, and I want my tabs to come forward because I'm going to hook them underneath our jersey. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of glue here. Fold this back and slide it under. If you want, you can do a couple of tabs at a time. I usually do 1 or 2 at a time. Just go ahead and get this one set. I want it nice and snug. I want a nice tight fit in my corner here. Fold that tab out of the way. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to the other side. And I'm going to add glue to 2 more of my tabs. Sometimes using a corner helps out with the alignment to make sure that you have it nice and squared up, because getting the first tab done correctly will set everything up to go in the right spot as you continue your way around. There we have it. Give a nice little press on your tab, getting that in place. See how they just kind of cover. Now I'll go ahead and do this one. Well, there we have it. The first panel is in place. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold over here like I did before. Fold these back and forth a little bit because it angles in different directions. You want it to be ready. And then I'm going to fold these forward. There we go. This tab here is going to attach over here, so I'm going to fold it back right now to get it out of my way. I'm going to get this one folded out of the way, and you can choose to start over here or up there. I'm going to go ahead and start here because I like that this has a nice square corner. It helps me make sure it's really lined up really well, whereas this has kind of less of a bend. So for me at least, it's harder to make sure that I have a good straight alignment, but you can do whichever end you feel more comfortable with. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in place. Tabs catching on things can be a little awkward, but they move out of the way. Okay, so give that a good press. Now you see how I accidentally got this on the inside of that tab? Not a big deal. I can just kind of move it out of the way, fold it forward, and I'm going to go ahead and glue it right now. You could also wait to do this after all of these are in place. There we have it. Now I'm going to go ahead, a couple tabs at a time, do my next step. Get that out of my way. And there we go. A nice good push. Getting them all in. Now, with this tab folded back, I'm going to go ahead and add glue. Do it this way to these two tabs. And give them a good push. Final step will be putting some glue here. So I try to cover the whole thing, not too much glue, but I do want some good coverage. If I leave it flat, I can line up the edge with that fold score line. I'm just pressing on the inside all along that tab. So now I have a completed shape. This is the bottom of the box. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing over here with the top of the box. Same exact steps, it's just a little bit narrower. You can see that here on the football. It's nice and tall for the bottom, short for the top. Same process. So now that I have these sides attached, this is intended to be the back of my jersey. So I'm going to take the back and I'm going to attach it to here. Again, I just want to make sure I get some good coverage. I don't want any gaps where it's going to pull up. I'll just work my way around. Okay, got that done. Take the back of my jersey. I like to use my finger up here and my fingers under here to help align it with the edges. I can get that lined up just right. I can push my black in place. There we have it. Now that I'm happy with the alignment that I have, there we go. You can take your time and really get it. I can turn it over, give it a good push. And there you go. If you don't like that you can see the jersey color through here, if you want it black or whatever color you used for this frame, the piece that's cut out from the middle of this jersey, you can put glue on it and stick it inside to cover that up if you want a solid color. That's entirely up to you. We haven't worried about doing it for most of ours, but it is definitely an option if you want a more uniform look. So you just repeat exactly that same process over here. So in the end, you can have finished jersey.